Welcome, everyone. We are live. It is Monday morning, and there's our resident space station beaming into my window. Hello, hello, Arcturians, Andromedans, Alpha Centaurians. Anyway, I digress. And see the rooster. He's having a time too. He's crowing, but he's upstairs. 'Tis the season, right? You and I know that this season that we're going into tends to be harder than most for people. But here's how we can overcome that hardship, right? Because it is a state, it is a mental state. If you can remember this is 98% of the work to recognize that you are in a mental state. People talk about, but mental health, mental illness. A mental state just means your mood. Your mood, period. What mood are you in? That is your mental state. You're not mentally ill, you're in a mood. So, when you recognize that you're in a mood, what's your mood? The mood right now for tis the season, some people are sad, some people are lonely, some people are distraught. It's a mood. If we remember the principles and what they teach us, the mood that you are in, that you entertain all the time, think about it. You play your favorite song to do what? To lift your mood. And you see how we do it naturally? We don't stop to think, well, I'm in a funky mood. Let me play my favorite jam. We don't stop to necessarily identify it, but naturally and automatically, what we do is to reach for something to feel better. We always do it, and we're always going to do it because that is our design. So, the encouragement for you and I is this: you reach for the thing that adds life. Oh, because that's what happens naturally. Life always expands. Life always expands. Your trees may be dormant where you are, it doesn't mean they're dead. They are simply dormant. They are storing up their energy to move them through to the next phase. That's what you and I get to do when we are in a mood, when we are in a funk. You find a way to make yourself feel better. And the way that we automatically and naturally do it is through living. It is through living. Sometimes we don't feel like living anymore. But that does not mean that that's actually what you want. I'm being real with you today. I mean, I'm real with you every day. I've heard people say to me, oh my God, every night that I go home, I pray that I die. And I'm like, what the hell am I hearing? Because let me tell you something, when you're faced with it, you want to live, don't you? So, what does that tell you about yourself? Today might be a little heavy, it might not, but we got to be real with these things so that we can get through them. Okay? Because you don't always have somebody to call. You don't. We don't always have somebody to call. But you've got one thing that is always there for you. And the scripture says, I am with you always. Do you know what that means? To hear that I am with you always. It means I'm with you every day, all day, but I'm with you when you're low. I'm with you when you're in between. I'm with you when you're happy. I'm with you when you're sad. I am with you in all ways, in all moods. I am with you. Who's with you? I am. But who is I am? The very thing that inhales and exhales. You. But you see, when we are in a mood, we forget. When we are in a low mood, we forget. that all we need to do is change the mood. Even if you change the mood for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you keep changing the mood and you keep changing the mood until the mood you want sticks over and over. And you don't have to fight it. You don't have to force it. You just gotta understand it. Comprehension is the key to your freedom. But Angela, I'm always alone at this time of year. I get that. I understand. But here's something. If you say I'm always alone at this time of year, what are you really saying? You're saying I would like some company, aren't you? Okay. I remember a long time ago when I used to go to church, long time. We would always volunteer at this time of year for other people who did not have anybody as well. That's what we did. And when someone came up to you and said, I really appreciate you being here because you could be somewhere else, but you decided to come and volunteer and bring light to our lives. That's one. When you have somebody come up to you and say, look, I almost didn't make it today, but you reminded me that humanity is not all bad. Or somebody would say to you, I was feeling so low, but just to have you smile and hand me a plate was really helpful. I know it's only one day, but it really made a difference in my life. When you have people that say that to you, right? And you begin to recognize now what I'm not doing is oppression Olympics. What I am saying to you though is be what it is you want, because then that's what you will get. So if you spend your time not necessarily thinking about others per se, but what you're doing is recognizing what it is you want in your life. You want friends? How can I be a friend? Because you have to know for yourself what that is like so that you are the one recreating it. You don't go and look for somebody who's got it worse than you. That, like I said, that's the oppression Olympics, and I'm not about that life. Because technically speaking, there can always be somebody who's got it worse than you. That is not what you're looking for. You're not looking for the worst. You look for the best. Look for the best in people. But in order to see the best in people, funny thing is, you've got to see the best in you first. How would you know what you're looking for? If you don't see the best in you first, you will never see the best in anybody else because you don't know what the best looks like. So that's why you spend the time to look for the best in you so that when you go out into the world, you can see the best in somebody else. So that's why I say to you, 'tis the season. Some of us are feeling real low. Some of us are feeling lonely. Some of us are feeling depressed. But what I'm going to say to you, catch that word. Feeling. You are feeling. And if you can feel one thing, you can feel another. Oh, Angela, you make it sound so easy. You don't know what it's like to feel what I'm feeling. Again, I'm not part of the oppression Olympics. I don't need to know what you are feeling to understand what that feeling does to you. For real. But what I can tell you is this: recognize your feelings, recognize your mood, and then determine, wait a minute, but life is ever expanding. It is ever moving forward. I want to be in a better mood. The moment you make that choice, I want to be in a better mood, do you know what happens? Every single cell in your body says, ooh, it's time to party. We are in a better mood. Every cell in your body does that. Every single cell. The same cells, if you say, I don't want to today, every cell in your body says, we're not gonna. It is the same principle, forwards and backwards. So what I'm saying to you is, you've got this. You have this. Even though it annoys me sometimes that my neighbors will let their Christmas lights go all night long. Ugh. And I'm like, dude, you are asleep. Ain't nobody looking at your lights. Can you just turn them off? Not because I'm cranky, right? But because I like it dark in my room. I don't need, why should I have to get blackout curtains? You know? So when you go through the day, instead of being like me, like Scrooge, and complaining about the Christmas lights, just look at how pretty they are. For real, they are pretty. I'll tell you that. They're pretty. And it depends on what kind of mood I'm in that I can recognize that they're pretty. So, what I'm saying to you today, what you are feeling is a mood. It is a mood. And naturally and automatically, we always seek to raise our mood. And you always seek to raise your mood lifeward. That's right. Lifeward. That's what we do. So today, my beautiful friends, as you go through this season, look for the beauty in your bosom. Look for the beauty in your own bosom. Because when you recognize beauty on the inside, well, as within, so without. And then you will see the beauty that is on the outside. But if you are in a cranky mood, persnickety, hurt, you are not going to see beauty. You will see that which you are looking at. And we look through the lens of what? Our feelings. You know this better than anybody. You get into a good mood, all of a sudden you start seeing other people who are in good moods. You get into a bad mood, you start getting all the people who are cranky. Listen, I'm just showing you what you're living on a daily basis. We could go a little deeper, but I shall not. Today was a little heavy, but here is always the moonlight. Hello, darling, because I got the moonlight on my screen and I got the moonlight in the window. Ow. Remember this. What you are feeling is only a mood. It is. And what do we do with moods? We change them, don't we? Do you know how to change your mood? And naturally we want to change the mood to feel better, don't we? So follow that inclination because you want to feel better. And better doesn't bring harm to you or anyone else. Just so we're clarifying that life is always expanding. Always. Seek the beauty in your heart, your bosom today. And as you go through this day, I tell you, I'm not a fan of Christmas decorations. Never have been. I didn't grow up that way. We had a poinsettia bush, but you guys have a poinsettia plant. We have a bush, okay? And we had a snowy mountain bush. It is what it is. It turned white at this time of year as the poinsettia turned red this time of year. And that's what I grew up with. And to me, that was beautiful. We didn't have snow. We didn't have no chimney for Santa Claus to slither down. We didn't have any of that. So that was not my thing. But my thing was, my grandfather always said, it is a beautiful time. I am grateful for you. He said it. Mind you, he said it to me every day, but especially at this time. Did I get gifts? No. We didn't even have a Christmas tree. You didn't have that. So that's not what it is for me at this time of year, at this season. It's about, who do you love? It better be you. It has to be you. But I don't know what love is, Angela. We think that love is ooey gooey, marshmallowy. No, it is not. Love is the understanding that you and I are one. One breath is what we are. That's what you and I are. And so we take the time to recognize that in ourselves, and we will see it in others. So that as we go through this season, you and I make it out. We make it through this season to say, I saw the beauty in myself, thus I saw it in the world. Oh, Angela, you're so corny. Hmm, you can call it what you want, but I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you, it is how you get yourself through any mood, any mood. You got the coworker next to you who is not so nice. It's all right because they're in a mood, but you don't let somebody else's mood influence you. Be the one in control of your mood. It's okay for them to be cranky. That's their mood. Why are you gonna be cranky? Aren't you having a hard enough time with just one person being cranky? Why should both of you be cranky? Stay in your lane. You stay in your mood and you bring that mood up. It doesn't matter who's cranky around you as long as you not in the mix. Trust me. I know. Today is Monday. I got to deal with one when I go to work. So that means I have to keep my mood where I put it instead of allowing somebody. Think about this. You're going to get up and you're going to go through all this trouble to get dressed, have your breakfast, and be singing your favorite song, to go to work, to have cranky Susie be like peeing in your cornflakes? Are you serious? Come on, you better be a little bit more selfish than that. Your determination is, hey, this is my mood, hunty, my mood, and I dictate my mood. That's not something you have to tell anybody. You tell it to yourself. Tell it to your heart, right? You have to tell it to you. And you have to make the determination. All you do is make the determination that I am the dictator in my world. And my world is my mood. I dictate my mood. You, on the other hand, will not sway me from my mood. Sorry, but that's not for me. You have that attitude, you will always run parallel, but you don't have to entangle. Mm? You don't have to entangle. But you can run parallel. To run parallel means to recognize you and recognize them and then make the decision that, nah, I'm good. I'm good right where I am, is what we do. That is how we make it through the season. Neville Goddard puts it this way. He says, what do you want? Name it. Do not justify what you want. Do not try and, well, I don't know if I deserve it. Nobody asked you if you deserved it or not. The question was simple. What do you want? Name it. And you see how it makes you feel when you name it? There's a difference. If it makes you feel unrequited, it is not for you. If it makes you feel peaceful, carry on. It is, because the thing that you desire never brings angst. I'm telling you, because it would be contrary. What you want and how you feel have to match. That's why it can never be contrary. Right? So now that you know what you want and how it feels, what do? Stand still, sit still, lay still, just be still. To do what? Allow the feeling to just take you over. Just immerse yourself in the feeling of it. And that peace and that tranquility and that calm emerges as a result of your acceptance. Oh, this is what I am creating in my world today. Yes, it is. And as you allow yourself to feel it, then you just let it go. How do you let it go? Well, the light could have just been red and all you had to do is wait for the light to turn green. Well, once the light turns green, you got to focus on driving again, don't you? So that's what you do. You practice at the red light. When the light goes green, stop practicing and drive. That's how you let it go. You're just at a stoplight. And when the light goes green, you can't sit there because you know somebody's going to be honking for you to get out of the way. So that's what it means to let it go. The light change, you got to go. But that's what you practice. practice knowing what you want, feeling it, the confirmation of it, and just immersing yourself in the confirmation of it. This is how we get through every day, all day. There is nothing greater than knowing I changed my mood. I changed my mood. I feel better. Changed my mood. There's nothing greater than that feeling. Because you know what you're celebrating? That you didn't have to stay down there. And like I told you, you're not always going to have somebody to call. Oh, you want somebody to love you. That's what we want. We want somebody to love us, but you can't even tolerate who you see in the mirror. You can't even tolerate 5 minutes of silence for your own self. How will somebody else? Eh? This is you today. This is all you. It's not your mama. It's not your daddy. It's not your grandpappy. It's nobody but you. Because those are all people who are looking through the world through their own lens, through their own experiences. You have to see the world through your own lens, not through theirs. If you keep seeing it through theirs, you'll see what they saw. You gotta see it through your lens the way you want it to be. And that way you will realize, can't nobody break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. That's what you'll realize when you start doing it for yourself. But don't let me preach. Of course, HVM 164 is telling me to preach, but I'm not gonna preach today. But I trust that you will test it out for yourself. Because listen, I can sit here in this dark kitchen with that bright moonlight and tell you anything I want. I sure can. But it is you who will have to get up and say, do I know what I want? Oh, look, Twitter. I was just saying Twitter is bare and it's symmetric. Popped right in and says, no, it's not. I am here. Yes, you are. It's symmetric. I see you, baby. It's good to see you. Listen, you get up and you say, what do I want? And you name it. I'm giving you the process of creation right here, so you better take note. You get up and you say, oh, girl, what do you want? I don't know how fellas talk to themselves because I'm not a man. But you say, oh, what do I want? And you begin to feel that feeling. You could pull a Michelle Montana and say, I feel a feeling, if you're Trini. And feel the feeling. You say, yeah, I feel it. And then you just bask in it. Listen, you ever had one so good that all you could do was lay there and say, all you can do is just lay there and bask in it. What are you basking in? The feeling. We already know how to bask in feelings. So bask in this one that you can give yourself at will without a lot of effort, if you catch my drift. But I digress. I digress. The moon is a perfect sphere. It is just round, like a disc. That's the only part I can see. All I can tell you is that it is round. I don't know if it's like a marble or not, because I can't see the back side. I'm only just seeing one dimension, one side of the moon. But you and I have more than one side to us, do we not? Spend some time to discover. Shoot, we want to go to the moon. We want to go to Mars. We want to discover everything. We want to discover Mariana's Trench. We want to discover how deep the ocean goes, but we don't want to discover the other sides of ourselves. In the words of Gene Roddenberry, to boldly go where no man has gone before. Ray of sunshine. Is in the house. We're too scared. But we want to go to the bottom of the ocean. And we scared to look in the mirror. Anyhow, listen, let me stop. because I don't want to be offensive. I'm just saying there's far more beauty to you than you think. And the first thing we say is, I can't live if living is without you. What? You better flip that around. You can't live if living is without you, not without somebody else. It is you. You're the life of the party. I'm getting all hot right now. Like I'm beginning to sweat, and I'm just getting ready, and I'm like, I can't be sweating. Come on. You are the life of the party. You. Wherever you go, you take life with you. And we out here in these streets. We need an alien to come along and tell us, whoa, humanity, I've been to many universes and you're the only ones who kill yourselves. Uh-huh. And that's an alien. Really? That's what we want to be known for? You better fix that mood today. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive. I'm just saying you got to live, okay? Without you, there is no life. Can I say that again? Without you, there is no life. William Blake said it. Where a man is not, life is barren. What does that tell you? You are life itself. But to see that you are life, you must be alive to recognize it. So change your mood and you will add so much beauty to your life. And with that, my beautiful friends, let's welcome everybody who is here, because then I'm going to get the chime. You know, I got to scramble some eggs for my boy. So, ray of sunshine, HVM, moonlight is in the house, honey. Ow. Miss McQueen, Amen. Rico 7 is in the house. It's symmetric. I see you. Well, these are all the people who've made themselves known to me today. So if I didn't say your name, I don't know that you are there. But I see you nonetheless. Anyhow, let me get you know what? Let's get the nighttime chime. You know why? Because the moon is in the window. The moon is in the window. And as you hear the chime, name what you want. Feel it. Feel it. Know what you want. Feel it. Bask in the glow of it. Oh, look, the light turned green. Time to drive. Let it go. Every time you come to a red light, name it. Feel it. Bask in it. Light turns green. Go. Can't serve two masters. You can't focus on that and on the road at the same time. On the road again. Focus on the road. countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you know, tonight is chapter 3 of Feeling is the Secret. So if you want to know what chapter 3 says, you better come tonight. Right here, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Fanbase, Twitter. That's where we'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Now go forth into this beautiful day and know that it is you. It is you. You are the life wherever you go. Yes, you are. Fanbase, I'm coming. So, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, you know I love you, and I'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy the beautiful day.